One of them tracks everything but hides behind a strap. The other one, sleek, smart, and once it vanished into the wild. This is the story of how I lost and found my Oura Ring 4 and why, after testing both for months, I'm still sticking with it over the Whoop 5. Let's inspect. Hey Bob, so good to meet you. Michael here, you can call me the TechMishka, and I am here to compare for you two of the most talked fitness trackers. This is the Oura Ring Generation 4, and this is the displayless Whoop 5. In this case, it's the Peak Edition, and I've had both on my wrists or fingers for weeks, even months, and they have been pulling tons of statistical data. Therefore, I'm putting them head to head, and I'm going to talk about how they compare in terms of health tracking, workout statistical data, comfort and overall design, smartphone app usefulness and overall experience, and of course, how they rank in terms of value in the long run. And of course, everything is going to be brutally honest based on real life experience in order to help you to figure out whether you need a smart ring or a displayless fitness tracker. Let's get started. Let's kick off with health tracking. Whoop 5 is always on. It tracks your heart rate, your temperature, respiratory rate, HRV and SpO2 continuously. Oura Ring samples most of these values every few minutes instead, but to be honest, the results are often very similar. Both platforms give you daily wellness scores, sleep insights, and early illness detection. Fact is that when I was getting sick, both wearables have warned me about it and gave meaningful suggestions about how to ease this condition up. Since I belong to the people that value the accurate sleep tracking the most, I would say that these two are the absolute best wearables on the market for that purpose. There have been numerous occasions where I was stunned by the almost identical results shown. And overall, they are the most accurate in the category of wearables that I've tested in my 8-year-long YouTube career. As part of the Whoop's interface, you're also going to notice the strain and recovery scoring, which is geared not only towards well-being, but also quite helpful for athletes. Oura's readiness score is more about general wellness and stress recovery. It's like a wellness coach in your pocket. Both tools are impressive, but with slightly different goals. Yet, given the always-on mode, Whoop 5 is the winner here, and remember that all the data that I'm showing is based on the Peak model, whereas the MG edition should be even better. So let us talk workouts, and I'm gonna tell you the story about how I lost my Oura Ring 4. Riding outdoors, EMTB, and it was a track that I have decided to explore for the very first time. Hot summer day, and it hasn't been raining for quite a while. Well, after 10 kilometers, I obviously got a little bit tired, and on one of those hills, I have slipped. I fell down and there was a lot of mud on my hands and on my trousers, and in order to clean up, I had to take my gloves off, but in a couple of minutes everything was good. And I have continued riding, and it was about 10 more kilometers until I reached home, my final destination. So I took my clothes off, ready to go and take a shower, when I realized that I was actually no longer having my Oura Ring around my finger. Thankfully, I was using a few different wearables in order to track my activity, so I was able to make cross-reference of the data and get the exact GPS location where I actually lost the signal from the ring. I had to obviously go back and start searching, and because I use Android, there is no Find My feature, so my only hope was to get some Bluetooth signal and the smartphone app to say, hey, the ring is once again connected. Took me about 2 hours until I got to this point, and another 15 minutes in order to detect where exactly the smart ring has fallen down. Now I have it back. Total luck. It's been very exhausting, but also a very satisfying recovery. In terms of workouts, the Whoop 5 detects most activities automatically, gives great post-session breakdowns, such as heart rate zones, strain, recovery impact, and so on. It is slightly more accurate with heart rate than Oura, but you will need your phone for GPS data. Oura, on the other hand, surprised me in the positive way, recognizes workouts automatically as well, even my football sessions when they are unscheduled. It doesn't need a manual trigger as most other rings, and while you're doing a workout, the tracking is continuous. It is not perfect, the graph still needs some work, but it is good enough for general fitness tracking. I need to underline here that while most people would be happy enough with the amount of data provided by Oura, Whoop 5 clearly approaches this section in a professional way, and you can pull out a lot more data. And another win for the 5 Peak. Design-wise, both are strong, but very different. Whoop 5 is all about minimalism, a clean strap, no display, comfortable even for sleep, but the strap coloring might fade over time under the sun, and replacements cost a lot. Oura Ring 4 is stunning, the brushed titanium in my case, smart orientation bump, made in Europe, but it's not scratch-proof. Here is my ring after close to a year of wearing, and my wife's ring after just 4 months. I chose brushed silver for that exact reason. Scratches are harder to notice. If you want comfort, go with Whoop. If you want elegance, Oura wins hands down, but take into consideration whether any of these devices are going to feel uncomfortable with your daily routines. For example, if you work something with your hands, or hold tools all the time, or need to hold onto gear while practicing sports, most likely Whoop is gonna be the right choice because it's more practical. Let us quickly go through the key specs. Neither has a display, GPS, NFC, or smart assistant. Whoop weighs 26.5 grams, it is IP68 water resistant, uses BLE for synchronization. Oura Ring is thinner, lighter, waterproof, and supports SpO2, temperature, HR, and motion sensors, sort of the same stack as Whoop. The accuracy of both is excellent, but the Whoop feels a bit more athletic, whereas the Oura is more wellness-oriented. As for the battery life, I think this is a big differentiator. Let's talk about that. Whoop 5 Peak. Excellent battery life. I usually get more than 16 days per charge, but the charger is a little weird. It is a slide-on brick, works, but clunky. If you like the one for Whoop 4, you're going to like this one as well. As for Oura Ring 4, I get about 7 days with size 12, but SpO2 tracking is disabled. The charger is beautiful, square, sits on a desk, easy to use, but smaller ring sizes may have worse battery life. So Whoop wins on this component, Oura wins on charging experience, with the latter one being almost insignificant. Now let us switch to software. This is where both really shine. Whoop's app is packed with insights, recovery scores, strain coaching, sleep planner, trends, and journaling. It integrates with Strava, with Health Connect, Apple Health, and even more, but it's very locked into the subscription model. Oura's app is more refined, delivers insights through readiness, sleep, activity, and it has a gorgeous user interface. Firmware updates come through the app as well, and there also is a growing community for challenges. To me, Oura feels more polished, but Whoop feels more hardcore, a bit more athlete-oriented. Choose based on your goals. And before the final verdict, let's be real about the pricing. Over 4 years, Whoop can cost over $900. As for Oura, maybe close to $600 if you pay the $6 monthly subscription as it is right now. Whoop has not upfront cost, but those monthly fees stack up. You're not just buying a tracker, you're subscribing to a lifestyle. So when it comes to the pricing, Oura is much more affordable, or I better say, not that expensive. In the end, here is my take. If you are an athlete or a data junkie and you don't mind subscriptions, get the Whoop 5. However, if you're thinking about something more stylish, which is blending well into your lifestyle and still providing a whole lot of super accurate information, mostly towards your well-being, then you can't go wrong by getting the Oura Ring Generation 4. And yes, this is the one that I personally continue to wear, mostly because I have a GPS smartwatch with a display on my wrist almost all the time. But here's the big question, which of these two would you prefer? Do you want to go the smart ring way, or you believe that Whoop 5's always-on setup would give better results? Comments down below the video are the right place to carry on this conversation. And thank you very much for watching this episode. Subscribing and giving a like is the least you can do. If you want to help a bit more, check the description for more information. And thank you very much for watching. I'm the TechMishka and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!